see from your side that I'm recording?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
That's because you shared your screen, so we
oh,
can see.
hey, you know, I've never been a student before, so that's why. When I was attending school, there was no such technology.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Now it's more advanced.
Yeah, now it's more advanced. While least you are home, so that's the good thing about COVID, né? Because before COVID,
Yeah,
it wasn't there.
we make everything work.
Yeah, before COVID, students were only attending classes, physical classes. So
Yeah.
So I think that's also something that you can say that COVID. Now I can learn while least I'm sitting on the sofa.
Even our kids can do so as well.
Yeah, even the kids, they can do so as well, while least in the comfort of their house. Because look, by now you could have now said, no, the class is ending at 8:30. You are now driving home now. So it was going to be a hassle. So that's something good about COVID. Yeah, many people passed on. Yeah. But
something good out of it. And I heard that the Unisa, they're also considering full-time online classes now going forward.
Really?
Yeah, that's
really?
what they said.
Considering that.
And that
Maybe
could
they are
help.
saving
That
a lot.
could help a lot.
Yeah, it could help. It could help because that was the only option. It couldn't just say go and learn wherever and come back for the exams. That was something.
Because it's a struggle at times.
Yeah, it's a struggle at times. It's a struggle. But I also had even some other students that were attending before at Unisa. At some point in time, they were preferring to attend tutorial classes than attend Unisa classes. I didn't get the argument behind that much, but it seemed as if they prefer, because at some point in time, the class is taking place at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, you are at work.
Exactly.
Because not all times they are able to adjust the timetable. Only for Lulek, they cannot do that. They cannot do that. If Luleka, you're at work, it's your own choice.
Yeah.
So, but don't you think it's gonna increase the chances of copying when we're writing the exams?
Writing the exams online.
Yeah, because I'll be writing in my own bedroom here.
Even some people can write for other people.
Yeah, if you can copy, I think if you are able to do it, yeah, do it as much as you can, because at some point in time, you don't need to be at school for more than
a long time.
time.
You don't need to.
Yes, for more than the time you are supposed to be. So at some point in time,
you know, a 3-year course, you do it for 6 years. Imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to do things according to time. Some things must be done according to time.
According to time.
Yes, if you have the chance to do, if you have the chance to cheat and go away. Make sure after you cheat, you can go away. That's
But then what if you get a job or get something that they ask you questions relevant to what you did and then you are blank because you
No,
don't
Oh, you
know
won't be
then.
blank, like you just go and revise.
actually, that would be another case. That would be, you see it when you get there, Potimelo.
Mm.
But yeah,
It's not something
because
you
I
can
mean,
fear of to say, no, what if I get a job and then they ask me about this concept while least I passed the exam? Because even if you pass the exam, there is high chances that after the exam you will forget.
Yeah,
Do you remember
definitely.
everything you learned at grade 5, Putimel?
No.
Manje, Kumelo, don't frustrate yourself. We are going to ace this thing.
Yes, so it's just
Ish.
like that. It's just like that. If you have the
Mm.
chance, even me, I also had the chance to copy and
Mm,
do away with it because it's some you need to
Mm.
advance each and every year. You just can't
Mm.
say no, I cannot copy, those are my principles, but you are being
Ish.
held
and
at the same position each and every time.
Mm.
you will be left alone.
Yes, you'll be left alone. Everyone would have
We'll be
copied.
asking you next year. Yeah, we'll be asking you next year. Wait, Tumela, are you still doing consumer equilibrium? Shame.
How is it?
Ish.
Me,
Shame,
I
man.
never, you'd say, me, I never understood it, but I just found a way out.
Ah,
Ish. Yeah, me.
So if you are able to do it, just do it and advance.
okay, let's continue, guys.
Okay, so let's
Yes.
continue. Let's continue. So this is our budget line. This is our budget line. So we said consumer equilibrium is where the indifference curve is equal to the budget line. Okay. So let's now
Yes.
take into account. Let's now take into account effect that the consumer income is increasing. At first, your income was only permitting you to purchase a maximum of 5 loaves and maybe a maximum of 4 eggs. What if your income increases? What if, this is now a what if analysis. What if your income increases? If your income increases, it means at the end of the day, you can, let's say you were earning only 100 rand per hour, you are now earning 200 rand. It means at the end of the day, you can afford double of these products. Ne?
Mm.
You are now able to purchase double of these products, okay? And you are also now on a higher indifference curve. Before, you were not affording to purchase 10 eggs and 8 loaves of bread. Okay, you were even preferring to be on indifference curve too, but you could not afford.
Yes.
So, because your income has increased, you can now afford. You are now on a higher budget line as well as on a higher indifference curve. So, at the end of the day, if we combine all these points that are accruing from an increment in the level of income, we construct what is known as the income consumption curve. If your income also does increase, and we now have a new budget line and a new indifference curve, if we combine all these points where the indifference curve is meeting the new budget line, we come up with what is known as an income consumption curve. It is an income consumption curve that is being derived from changes in income, okay, from the word itself, okay?
Yes.
Simple analysis. So this is simple economics, ne?
Yeah.
This is simple economics. What if the change is coming from the changes in prices? At first, your income is permitting you to purchase 5 crates of eggs and 2 loaves of bread. What if the price of bread, at first a loaf of bread is 15 rand? What if it goes to 7 rand 50? With that same income, you can now purchase more loaves of bread, right?
More loaves of bread.
Yes. So now it's 7 rand 50. What if it also decreases to
5 rand.
3 rand 75? A loaf of bread is now 3 rand 75. It means the amount of bread that you can purchase is what? Is increasing, right? So if we combine all these points where the marginal rate of substitution, this is the marginal rate of substitution measured by the indifference curve, where the indifference curve is tangential to the budget line at first. Secondly, there was a change in the price of bread. There was a change again in the price of bread. If we combine all these points, we come up with a price consumption curve. It is manifesting from the change in price.
Price.
So the income consumption curve is coming about because of the changes in what?
In income.
The price consumption curve is coming about because of the changes in
Price.
Price, exactly. Thank you. Okay, so that is simple analysis, simple economics. This is simple economics.
Is it? Ish.
Simple, very simple. Everyone must be born and knowing these things.
Sure.
Just from birth, you must be able to know these things.
Yeah, Gonna, it's what we are living actually. It's just that now we have to put it graphically and
understand them.
Yeah, but just being born, you must be able to know this from the moment that you are given birth, ne? You must just be able not to read. These things are not things that are supposed to be read. Just given birth, that same moment, you must be able to know an income consumption curve. While you are 1 day old, Lulek.
1 day.
Okay, so now we want to take into account how can we derive the demand curve? How can we derive the demand curve? So already we have established that the demand curve is downward sloping. It is downward sloping. How can we derive the demand curve from the price consumption curve? At a price of 15 rand, at a price of 15 rand, the consumer is buying maybe 1 loaf of bread. Ne? Remember here, we now have the quantity of the products that you are consuming. And this axis, we now have the price. When we were considering this, you had 2 products, sweets and cereals, but we want to continue with bread and eggs that we were using before. Okay, so at first, making use of this budget line, your equilibrium was at this point. At this point, with the price given for bread, you were consuming 1 loaf of bread. Okay, you were consuming 1 loaf of bread at a price, maybe the price of a loaf of bread was 12 rand. The price of bread then decreased to 6 rand. The budget line then shifted. At first, you were consuming 2 loaves, you are now consuming 4 because the price you have what? You have decreased by 50%.
Has decreased.
Yes, it has decreased by 50%. This is now your new equilibrium point. The price of bread at first were 12 rand, right? You were consuming 1 loaf of bread. If it then decreased to 6 rand, you are now consuming 2 loaves of bread, which is in line with 6 rand. So the demand curve now is showing a relationship between the price and quantity of bread. On this curve, it wasn't showing. We were simply stating it aside that the price of bread has changed. On this axis, we are now showing those actual changes, okay? So this is also another way that we can use to construct a demand curve, okay? It's simple, right? This is simple economics, just being born. The moment you open your eyes, you must be able to know these concepts. Isn't it so, Putumelo?
Yes. I don't know.
Lulek, isn't it? The moment you open your eyes,
not as early as that.
Not as early as that. But me, I knew this concept. 1 day old, I knew this concept. When I was in the stomach, they were reading economics books for me.
Oh, maybe that's why then.
Yeah.
For us, nobody read them while we were still in the stomach.
So you must also do the same, Luleka and Putumelo, ne? When you have your next kid in your stomach, read them economics books.
Accounting books.
Yay, don't go there.
Yes, accounting books. Debit the receiver, credit the giver.
Yeah, show them how to calculate the current ratios
and then
the liquidity ratios.
And then they will kick the stomach to say, no, we have understood.
But economics is interesting, though.
Yeah, especially when you understand it. But
Yes.
then, if you don't, you get very lost.
If you don't understand it, yeah, it's something else. Okay, but did you get the concepts for today? Did you get the concepts?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Okay, so
we just I'll just refresh my memory with the recording as well.
The recording, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make my notes. When you after this and then you refresh your memory, you do your notes properly.
Yeah, that's very true.
With your own handwriting, you remember
it
better.
Yeah, you remember when you are about to revise, it will become very simpler. Yeah. Very, very simple.
So
Okay.
another teacher of mine used to say we are duplicating the books. You get the book and then you want to make your own book.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least if it's in your own words, if it's in your own handwriting,
It's easy.
yeah, it's like
easy.
it's manufactured from you.
According to your understanding.
Yes, according to your understanding and right. So it becomes very simple. Okay.
So you only assist with economics
only economics. He
just told us he's consistent.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
consistent. I won't touch physics, and
he's a specialist in economics.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So if I now want to touch this and the like, I'll waste more time trying to prepare myself and the like than just do, specialization. At the end of the day, it becomes easier for you. So unless maybe if you have other modules, I can refer you. What I can only do is to refer you to other guys that I know they can help you and the like. But on my own, it's just economics only.
Okay.
So we're gonna see you next year when we are doing what, 26 or what?
1601. Yeah. After
1601.
Yes, after this you have 1601. Yeah, that one is this is microeconomics. This is microeconomics. 1601 is now macroeconomics. You are just
1601 is macro.
Yeah, it's macroeconomics, whereby you are now taking into account inflation and unemployment, balance of payments. Like here, you are just focusing on a single consumer, on a single firm, and the like. So this is microeconomics. It is economics at a smaller scale.
Okay.
So
all right. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you. Sorry?
No, it's fine. I was saying we will still be together for a period of years.
Yes, definitely.
For 3 years.
For 3 years, yes.
If not more.
Yes,
if
definitely.
not, there won't be more. Let's not think about more. Let's do our best.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, first year is nothing. It's nothing. Okay.
Let's hope so.
Yes, Butimelo. Okay, so thank you, Butimelo. Thank you, Luleka. Have a great evening.
Okay, thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Luleka.
Bye.
Bye.